Okay, let's dive in. There's almost nothing harder, I think, than that just awful feeling after a relationship ends.
Yeah.
That fog.
It's completely disorienting. You feel lost, questioning everything.
Yeah, and all you want is for that, like, intense sadness to just stop.
Exactly. And that emotional paralysis, that stuck feeling, that's really what we're tackling today. The sources we've looked at offer, well, a kind of psychological shortcut.
A shortcut. How so?
Well, tools and mindset shifts, things designed to help you move past the usual months of grief, really understand what went down, and, get your peace back fast.
Okay, I like the sound of fast. So where do we start? The material had a pretty jarring opening point, didn't it?
It did. It jumps right into this really tough question you have to ask yourself when you're heartbroken.
Which is,
Are you actually mourning the loss of a loving partner, someone truly good for you, or are you crying over losing a problem?
oof, losing a problem. That's
Whoa.
direct.
It's foundational, though, for moving on. One source suggests this really simple exercise. You listening, grab a pen and paper.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Pen and paper. What next?
Draw a line down the middle. On one side, list the genuinely good things, the consistent stuff, kindness, loyalty, support, maybe flowers, whatever it was.
The real positives. Got it.
And on the other side, list the bad stuff, the red flags, the hurtful behaviors, the times you felt small or anxious. Be honest.
Okay, but hang on. If you've been with someone for years, put your heart into it. Isn't it a bit reductive? To just call it a problem, even if things ended badly, seems kind of dismissive of the history.
That's a fair point. It's not about dismissing the history, I think, but about assessing the reality of the relationship's impact, especially towards the end.
So it's about the overall balance.
Exactly. If that bad column is way, way longer, if the relationship consistently drained you more than it fulfilled you, the source says, fold that paper, look yourself in the eye,
And accept.
and accept the tough truth. You didn't lose your partner. You gained freedom from something that was continuously hurting you, a problem that left.
Wow. Okay, that's a heavy dose of clarity right there. Which kind of leads us straight into the next big thing, right? The psychology behind why we cling so hard, even to the bad stuff.
Yes. Why mourn something that wasn't actually good for us? It comes down to this thing called rosy retrospection.
Rosy retrospection sounds nice, but probably isn't.
Well, it's your brain's coping mechanism. It's a known psychological phenomenon. After any big lost job, friend, partner, your brain tries to protect itself.
How does it do that?
It filters things, it dials down the negative memories and amps up the positive ones. It's trying to stabilize you, conserve emotional energy.
So it basically creates a mental highlight reel,
Mm-hmm.
showing you all the good times, making you forget the bad patterns.
Precisely. You remember that one amazing date night, but conveniently forget the, 3 weeks of silent treatment that came before it.
Okay, I see how that's dangerous. It makes you feel like you lost perfection.
Which is why that honest reflection, maybe using that paper exercise, is so crucial. You have to actively fight that filter. Ask yourself, if it was so good, truly so wonderful, why did it end?
You have to confront that disconnect, that cognitive dissonance.
Exactly.
The sources had a really striking story about this. Someone who found out about cheating, initially just total shock, right? Like, who even was this person I lived with?
Yes, that complete destabilization, but then...
Then, once that rosy filter started to fade,
Yeah.
the realization hit. The relationship actually wasn't that good. There was this constant feeling of being, like, suffocated.
Anxious.
And that's the key insight. The shift from feeling abandoned to feeling almost grateful for the way it ended.
Grateful for betrayal. How does that work?
Well, the source speaker felt they were patient, loyal, maybe too loyal. They might have stayed stuck in that not good situation indefinitely.
So the shocking event, the cheating.
It became the permission slip, the undeniable proof that leaving was necessary. It forced the exit that maybe they wouldn't have had the strength to make otherwise. So the terrible act, ironically, became a gift of protection, as the source put it, because it ended something that needed to end.
In a way, yes, it provided that brutal clarity, an objective truth. This isn't working and it's not fixable by you.
Okay, that reframing is powerful. Let's shift a bit now to what's going on inside us after the breakup. That raw pain, the source asks, is it truly heartbreak? Or is your ego just bruised?
Uh-huh. This is the ego trap, and it's really destructive if you fall into it.
What does that trap look like?
It's that immediate internal spiral, isn't it? When someone leaves or treats you badly, your first thought is often, what did I do wrong? Am I not good enough? Wasn't I worthy of better treatment?
Right. You take their bad behavior and make it about your own value.
Exactly. And the material's so clear on this. When someone acts selfishly, cheats, lies, is inconsiderate, that says everything about their character, their limitations, their patterns.
Not yours.
It has absolutely zero, zip nada to do with your inherent worth, the source stresses. There was likely nothing you could have done differently to change their fundamental pattern.
Because that pattern is part of who they are. It travels with them.
It's the unchanging pattern. There's that incredibly potent family story in the notes, remember? About the father.
Oh, yeah. Cheated multiple times, left his wife for someone else.
Right. And then, sometime later, calls the first wife, the speaker's mother, saying he misses her, wants her back.
And her response was just legendary, pure insight.
It really was. She told him, apparently, very calmly, I don't feel sad you left because you are a problem. And you are a problem that has now left my life.
Wow. But she didn't stop there, did she?
No, and this is crucial. She expressed concern for the new wife. Why? Because, as she put it, the father did not leave with a new personality.
The problem just moved houses.
Exactly. And predictably, the sources mention the pattern repeating. Emotional abuse towards the new wife. The daughter's asking him, Dad, why do you treat our mom like this?
Which just proves the mother's point. The issue wasn't the partner. It was the person's ingrained character.
And once you see that, once their mask really drops and you see the unvarnished truth of their character, it's hard to unsee. And you realize unless they do serious, deep work on themselves, that pattern isn't likely to change.
Recognizing that pattern feels like it could be really freeing. It takes the burden off you.
It absolutely does. You stop trying to fix something that isn't yours to fix.
Okay, so we've got the reality check, the character insight.
Yeah.
But that doesn't just magically switch off the pain, does it? Let's get practical. Section 3. Tools for actually processing this and starting to grow.
Right. And first, acknowledging the pain is okay. It's normal. The source says losing a partner is a huge loss, almost like someone died. That grief is real.
And the shock element is big too. Why is that so destabilizing?
It's that cognitive dissonance again. The person you trusted most does the unthinkable. It makes you question your own reality, doesn't it? You start wondering if the person you loved even existed.
Mourning a phantom, almost. So how do you deal with that deep shock? How do you get it out?
Talk about it. A lot. The source speaker mentioned talking to her sister about the same painful details like 10,000 times.
Sounds exhausting for the sister.
Maybe, but it's necessary for the person hurting. You need to talk it out, process it with friends, a therapist, whoever you trust. Get it out of your system over and over again until it starts to lose its power.
And journaling came up too, as a way to process.
Yes, very important. Often recommended by therapists, like through BetterHelp, as mentioned in the notes. For the speaker, journaling helped her connect the dots. She realized the current situation was actually triggering old stuff and abandoned childhood feeling.
Ah, so the pain felt disproportionately huge because it was tapping into older wounds, like inner child stuff.
Exactly. That's a key thing for people to understand. If you have those older abandonment or rejection wounds, a current betrayal can feel 10 times worse because it activates those deep-seated fears. Talking and writing helps untangle the present pain from the past trauma.
Makes sense. Now, what about trying to get closure from the ex? The source admitted asking why repeatedly. Did that help?
Nope, not at all. The notes were really emphatic. Asking why never brought relief. It didn't lessen the anger or the sadness.
Why not? Don't we need answers?
Because once you've seen their true character, once that mask is off, you cannot unsee that. The love, the trust, it's often just gone. Asking why is usually just delaying the inevitable shift you need to make. Shifting the focus inward, onto yourself.
Okay. The glow up. We hear that term a lot, but what does it actually mean in practice, especially when you feel like you can barely function?
First things first, regulate your nervous system. Heartbreak literally triggers your fight or flight response. So, practical steps. Deep breathing, meditation, walks in nature, anything to calm your body down. Establish routines, even tiny ones. A 10-minute walk daily. Force your body out of that survival mode.
Okay, calming the system.
Yeah.
Then what? The physical stuff.
Gym. Absolutely. Invest in yourself rigorously and crucially without guilt. This is your time. Go to the gym, learn a new skill, get a haircut, buy new clothes, revisit an old hobby, whatever makes you feel good about you.
The mantra being,
This is the time that you should be extra, extra nice to yourself. You're not being selfish. You're reclaiming energy that was taken from you.
that sounds empowering.
Yeah.
But you probably can't do it alone, right?
Right.
Support systems.
Essential, absolutely critical. The source highlights non-romantic love. Friends, family, siblings, pets even. Surround yourself with people who genuinely uplift you, who see your worth, who make you feel good.
Lean on your people.
Yes. Don't isolate. And sharing your story, like the speaker did online, can be healing too. It reminds you you're not alone in this, that the situation is sadly not unique. It helps others feel less lonely too. That connection is powerful.
Okay, connection, self-care, nervous system regulation. That leads us into the final piece, doesn't it? The big mindset shift.
Yeah.
Section 4, victory.
Yes, the ultimate reframe, and it's this. Losing a bad person is never a loss. It's protection.
Protection. How so?
Think about the cost of staying in that bad situation. You lose your spark, your purpose. You become like a zombie, the source says. Your glow dims. Staying drains your life force.
So leaving, or being left by that kind of person.
Is actually the universe, or God, or whatever you believe in, giving you the biggest protection. Stepping out of that negative energy field allows your health, your motivation, yourself to return. It proves you were not the problem.
Okay, that's a powerful way to look at it. And there was this overarching mindset piece, too, about how everything happens.
Yes, the divine mindset strategy, you could call it. Believing or choosing to believe that everything unfolds in the most divine way for your highest good.
So instead of, why me?
Instead of, God, why did you do this to me? You consciously shift the question. You ask, what is this teaching me? What can I learn? How is this pain serving my growth?
Turning victimhood into empowerment, reframing pain as a catalyst.
Exactly. It puts you back in the driver's seat of your own narrative.
So what does this mean for things like revenge or wanting the other person to see you succeed?
Ah, the best kind of revenge, according to the sources. It's not about them at all. It's about you. Your focus has to be entirely on building your best life, leveling up, finding genuine happiness. Because you will rise regardless. The greatest victory, the sweetest success, is simply creating such a vibrant, fulfilling life for yourself that the people who tried to break you just have to watch you rise. Your thriving is the answer.
That feels like the ultimate mic drop. Okay, let's try and boil this down. The absolute crucial takeaways for you listening right now. First,
challenge that rosy retrospection.
Yeah.
Get brutally honest. Use that pen and paper if you need to. Did you lose a partner or did you shed a problem?
Second, remember their bad behavior. It's about their character pattern, not your worth. Don't fall into that ego trap.
And third,
Stop chasing why from them. It's futile. Turn inward. Invest ruthlessly in yourself, nervous system, support network, personal growth. Start that glow up now.
so if this whole difficult process is really about shedding what was holding you back, restoring your purpose, reclaiming your energy, think about this. What is the very first non-negotiable step, however small, that you need to take today? Maybe it's breath work. Maybe it's texting that supportive friend. Maybe it's signing up for that class. What's that first move to prove to yourself that your rising has already begun?